Hi guys, so today we're going to do some problem solving in JavaScript. So let's begin. I'm gonna copy and paste the problem, the algorithm. Let's save this. We also need an index.html. So here we can insert the script. Okay, so let's start reading the problem. So first step, you read the problem, you try to understand what the problem is asking you, and then you try to solve. So write a function called same which accepts two arrays. The function should return true if every value in the array has its corresponding value squared in the second array. The frequency of values must be the same. So the frequency. So it means that we have to care about not about the order of the elements, but about the frequency. So if we look at this we have below, let me just so if we look at this console log same, and we have this first array 1, 2, 3, and 5, and then we have the second array 1, 4, 9, and 25. Of course, we can see that this one is pretty straightforward, so this one should return true, because one is the square of 1 is 1, the square of 2 is 4, the square of 3 is 9, and the square of 5 is 25. So this should return true. But what about the second one, this one below? We can see we have 1, 2, 3, 2, we have 9, 1, 4, 4. So what about this one? So here we have a 1, here we have a 1, 2. So in the second array we also have a 1, we have a 3, and then here we have a 9. So that is looking good. So here we have a 2, here we have a 4, so it's okay. Here we have another 2, and here we have another 4. So this also returns true. What about the third one? The third one says 1, 2, 3, 2, 9, 1, 1. Well, this has a 25, and here we don't have any 5. So of course this returns false. False. What about this last one? Here we have 1, 2, 3, and here we have 1, 9. So of course this returns false, because it doesn't have the array 1 doesn't have the same length of array 2. So of course that's wrong. It's not wrong, but it returns false. And so let's begin with the writing the function. So const a function called same. So same, and it takes 2 arguments, and both arguments are arrays. So we have array 1 and array 2. Then the first step is to compare the length of the 2 arrays. So if array 1 dot length is not equal to array2 dot length, in that case we return false. Then we probably need a for loop. We declare a counter I starting from the 0 index, and then I is less than array1 dot length, and then we increase by 1. So then we want to have a variable. Let's call it correct index, and here we want to use a method called index of. So let's read about what index of does. So here we have array.indexOf is a function used to find the index of the first occurrence of the search element provided as the argument to the function. The syntax of the function is as follows. So we have array.indexOf, and we have here we set the search element, and then we have to put the value, or I mean here we put the value, so something similar to this, array2, and then we say index of, and then what this method does is, for example, if we take a look at this first, let's copy this and put it right below. For example, if we take a look at the first array, and we say we want the index of 2, and we take a look at the second array. Sorry, we want to see the value 4, so it will return 1 because we have a 1 in the 0 index, 0 position 0, and 1 position in the where we have the 4. So here, if we pass array 1 I, and we multiply that, I mean we have the square of the array of this value, so it will return the index of the element, like it says here, index of, so the index of this element, this element. So but if the element isn't in the array, it will return -1. So that's what it says if we read all these. Here we have it returns -1. So we can write it like this: if correct index, if it's equal to -1, so it means it's not in the array, right? So we return false. But no, that's all. We return false, and then for the second iteration, we don't want to have that the value we just searched in. We won't want to remove that value from the array, from the second array. So for removing, we have another prevail method, which is splice. So let's read about that. So we have the array splice method is an inbuilt method in JavaScript, which is used to modify the contents of an array by removing the existing elements and or by adding new elements. So in this case we want to remove, not add. So the syntax is array.splice index remove count and item list. So in this case we don't want to use the item list, we only want to focus in the index and the remove count. So the index should be correct index, must be correct index, and the remove count is just 1. So, and to see what is happening in each iteration, we can do a console log of array2. So we will print every iteration the values inside of array2 in. Okay, so if any of this happens, we want to return true. So if it reaches to this point, we return true. But okay, so let's I think that's it's pretty much it. So let's try this first one. That is 1 2 3 5 1 4 9. So this should return true. So let's save this and let's run this. So let's inspect. Let's go to console, and you can see we have true at the end. So why? Let's see, something is wrong with the. Let's see. Console log array2. So maybe like this. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, so here we go. So in the first iteration we have 1 4 9 25. Then in the second iteration we have 4 9 and 25, and then in the third iteration we have 9 25, and in the last one we only have 25, and then we return true and we don't have any elements inside of the array. So that's the end of the problem. So let's try this other one that also returns true. So let's prove it. This should also return true, but it's not in order like the first one. So let's take a look. Say all. And then we see we have 9144, then we have 944, then just 94, then 4, and then it returns true. So what about this one? Let's try it out. Save, then we go here. So it returns false. So that's because we don't have in the first array we don't have a 5. So and here we have a 25, so we don't have the square, so that returns false. What about the last one? Well, the last one is pretty straightforward, because the array 1 and the array 2 doesn't match the length doesn't match, so of course it returns false. So false. And we can comment this this line. So that's pretty much it. So we solved it. It's a junior approach because here we have a for loop, then we have an index of, so here we have nested loops, because index of is a pre-built function that probably is built with for loops. So this is nested, and that's not the best approach, but for starters it's okay. I mean, this is what it first came to my mind when I read this. Of course we can refactor, but this is what this is the easiest, I mean the junior approach. So that's it for today. See you in the next challenge. So bye bye.